So anti-aging has been a big business in Dubai. It's been booming here for the past 20 years and I think it's at its peak. Today I'm sitting here with one of my friends from Bombay, India. He was one of the pioneers in aesthetics back in India and he's also expanded his services here. Introducing you Dr. Jnanish Matre.
Hi.
So doctor, tell me about your journey. How did it all get started?
So after MBBS, I took up dermatology as my post-graduation career. And in those days, dermatology was actually limited to dermatology.
Okay.
Later, cosmetology was the first segment which came in. Then that cosmetology got named as aesthetics. And with dermatology journey, I started venturing into aesthetic because that was giving more challenge and it was more satisfying. See, if you, the one of the best satisfaction a doctor can get is making the patient happy. So in this case, enhancing your own beauty and making you look good, that happiness was something which I enjoyed giving. So I started drifting myself towards more of aesthetics. Then one of the breakthrough journeys I will say was the PDO threads. So I was one of the first few doctors who must have opened a packet of PDO threads back in Mumbai. So that took up my interest more, and then went to Korea so many times for getting upgradation, training, new threads, new technique, upgradation techniques, and then that became my forte. Till then, the market was flooded with botulinum toxin and hyaluronic acid fillers. So this third segment interested me more than the first two.
Okay. So what is the difference between normal dermatology, aesthetics? What is the difference?
When you say dermatology, Siddharth, that means you are treating a disease.
Okay.
You are treating skin conditions.
Okay.
You see a patient because they are unwell. While aesthetics, you see a client because they are not unwell. They have come to enhance or restore the past beauty.
So I think back in India before, everyone was very skeptical, doubtful about Botox. They used to think that it will make them worse after some years. So it's like a medicine, these things, or is it really after some time it leaves an effect on your skin?
See how I will put it in this simple way. If you ever go to a gym and you build your muscle, the moment you stop going to the gym, the muscles will go back to square one.
Okay.
Similarly, even with all these aesthetic procedures like Botox, fillers and threads, face doesn't get spoiled if you don't do it. It just goes to square one. There is no harmful side effects or there is no long-term problems associated. If done in the right way, in the right quantity, it doesn't leave any bad effect on the skin.
Okay. And what is like threads? Like when you're saying threads, it reminds me of some sewing machine. Or what is threads exactly?
So how should I put it? It is suture material. So what happened is, back when I was introduced to this PDO threads, it is basically a third generation suture material. The one in which your major organs are stitched during a major surgery.
Okay.
So that means they fall into a dissolving category of threads, self-dissolving.
Okay.
So what the Koreans observed that if these threads left in the skin, they stimulate collagen along the path of the threads when they are getting dissolved.
Okay.
So for the first time we could not only predict the results, it was a directional results. Means I could, the way I want a collagen particular to be made, I could make it that way by putting the threads in those vectors.
Okay.
So basically it's a suture material.
We'll keep it very simple. So it's getting maybe very technical for non-doctors.
Okay.
And so if I understand, suture is the thread with which they stitch after the surgery.
Okay.
And you are putting that in the face. And then you are giving it a direction of lift or what?
So we will keep it simple.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you tell me. So basically,
Siddharth, it is a suture material. Okay. Now, when you say suture material, it is used for suturing during surgeries.
Okay.
So, when left in the skin, it stimulates collagen in a particular direction.
Right.
So, the way I put the threads, the collagen will be made in that way.
And if I go back, I'm an Indian also, of course. So my mother is very scared. If I tell her to go do any of the needles, do you still see this back home that people are very doubtful of these procedures?
Absolutely. That is one of the most challenges that an aesthetician will face, because when it is needles are involved, everybody is scared.
Right.
So it takes time, effort, and confidence to convince them that there is no problem with the procedures. There is no side effects
Right.
of the procedure. Most of the time, the first question I get is, "Are there any side effects?"
So coming back, let's say that a patient comes to your clinic and they, before I used to think about aesthetics is that they will change the whole face like plastic surgery they show in Indian movies. So what is the kind of real cases you get in your clinic in Bombay?
Very funny side to the whole scenario is, even when I went into aesthetics, similar things we had thought about, how you said, like movies,
Yeah.
ki plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
But back in reality, sometimes patients come with real weird requests, like they want to look like somebody.
Right.
They will get actor's photograph and tell you that, can you make it like so? That's not possible actually. But what usually we try to do is we try to restore your face. And say 10 years back, if your photograph you get, we'll try to match that.
Okay.
But sometimes we get patients, they're not just happy with the work. So that also happens.
So
many
is
times.
it like unrealistic expectations?
Yeah. Unrealistic expectations. There are a lot of unrealistic expectations.
Okay.
For example, if you want to just say face tightening, they will do like this. Will you be able to do this? No, that's not possible. So they want chiseled face. It takes time.
So suppose I have this double chin. You think threads can help this?
No.
No. Yeah.
Threads will not help because threads can't fight fat.
Okay.
So it will lift your skin.
Okay.
It will lift your thickness of the skin. But if there is fat involved, it can't give you that expected results.
So what is the best result for what you are doing? Only facelift, or is it giving anti-aging and facelift?
Both. It will give you an anti-aging effect and facelift. See what happens with that. As we age, our face starts sagging down. It comes down. So with the facelift, automatically it comes into an anti-aging bracket also.
Right.
We try to restore back.
Yeah.
कैसे दिख रहे थे आप? How you used to look, say 10 years back. So we try to restore that.
And sometimes it's a very personal question. I feel sometimes that it is also more psychological than really these things work, or they really work. It is because sometimes
They really
I feel
work.
that,
No, they really work. So that if done in the right way, in the right manner, they really work.
Yeah.
And the results are long lasting
Okay.
if you maintain it in the right way.
Right.
But the most important things are unrealistic expectation. That is something which is difficult to deal with.
So in India, I have some experience. I feel like a lot of non-doctors are also performing Botox.
True.
Fillers.
That's one of the major issue.
Right. And you have been a major trainer where
True.
you have gone and trained
True.
people. So are you also training non-doctors?
No, I don't encourage that.
Okay.
Ethically, it is wrong.
Right.
Because you are teaching somebody who is not qualified, and if they do a mistake, the patients are the sufferers, and somewhere you are responsible for it because you have taught the person. So I usually only teach to MBBS doctors and above. I avoid even teaching the other faculties.
Faculty. So what is the main core discipline in aesthetics you have been involved in training in?
So basically, my main forte is these PDO threads. So
PDO.
I do most of the training of pedio threads for most of the chain of clinics. I am the trainer. I go
Okay.
there and train a lot of doctors who are involved in the chain of aesthetics clinics, and basically both types of threads I teach. The first generation and the second generation. That's how we classify.
And you feel like all the people who are trained by you are as good as you?
No, some are better than me also.
Okay.
Why should I lie?
Okay.
But some are just too confident, and they pick up the procedure very quickly. And many times you have to teach the same doctor again and again to start. So it's a big sea of doctors,
Right. So you have been practicing for how many years in Bombay?
Around 24, 25 years.
25 years. And all years were aesthetics or?
Initial few were not when
Okay.
I just finished my graduation.
Right.
But 15 to 17 years, you can say, in aesthetic field, definitely. More but not less.
And you think India has evolved as a market ever since?
A lot.
Right.
India has, now people are open for accepting aesthetic procedures, including this procedures come under semi-invasive category. Semi-invasive.
Right.
We are not using a blade to cut you out. So we are doing semi-invasive, but there's a needle involved. So this falls in the semi-invasive category, and India market has opened up a lot last 15 years.
Okay. So I know you were doing pretty well in
True.
Bombay, and you have been involved in trainings. And what made you come to Dubai? Why here when you were well settled there? And I know your son is also gonna be a doctor soon.
True, he's already in MBBS.
MBBS,
So the reason for Dubai is that when you are doing so well, why not go to a place where it is more bigger market or more opportunities? So I decided, let's upgrade myself from Mumbai to Dubai.
Right. And you feel Dubai is bigger than India in terms of market? Or
Yeah, definitely. See, India is spread out. It is a few metropolitan cities
Right.
which are aesthetically acceptable, or they accept aesthetic procedures. But Dubai being one huge metropolitan, the market is huge over here.
Yeah.
It was always bigger than.
I feel personally, because I've been also involved in aesthetics, so I also feel that it's a more mature market.
More mature market, you can say,
Like,
definitely.
they are not scared of needles here. Right?
Not at all, not at
Yeah.
all.
They want more needles.
More you give, happier they are.
Yeah.
Compared to that convincing part of a procedure. Example, a needle is involved in any of the three procedures. That is not there. That they have accepted, they know it is involved. Now the only thing comes to how good a result I can give.
Right.
That's
Right. So what is the difference? You had to go through any regulation, your license was accepted here, which is in India.
no. I had to go through the DHA exam.
Okay.
That's Dubai Health Authorities.
Right.
And that's your licensing exam basically. So
Okay.
to validate your degree over here, you need to give the DHA exam.
Okay.
So I gave my DHA exam and then I got the license.
And it took a long time for this process? Or
Too much of studying.
too much of studying? So you went back to school.
Back to school, back to the books, you
Okay.
can say.
And hopefully now you're here. So what are the kind of cases are you doing here now?
Most of them are, I am working in an aesthetic setup only.
Okay.
So most of the time are anti-aging,
Okay.
enhancement, hair, and I've still not ventured myself into body treatments. I've
Okay.
still kept myself for the face aesthetics only. So
Fine. And the technology used here is different than back home, or it's
the
same?
choice of machines are more here.
Okay.
The choice of technology is more here. There are more amount of different machines available here, and even number of hyaluronic acid filler vendors. They are more over here. So
Right.
bigger market, more the competition, more are the.
You're doing threads also?
I'm also doing threads over here.
Okay. So where do you see this market is going now? Because I see so many clinics offering same thing, Botox, fillers, threads, and everyone calls himself an expert. So suppose I want to go to a doctor. I think today there's a very common thing, people look at Instagram, before after pictures.
True.
Before, but I think that all can be joined. It's very easy to join pictures.
Very true.
So how do you know that your doctor is a real artist? How should one find you or someone who's really good with results?
Unfortunately, or it's the time requirement of the hour that Instagram is the one people check for. But I feel experience over the years is the real key to a good work. So if you have a bag of good amount of years of experience, that will tell you a real work rather than those sometimes those before and after pictures.
That's true.
And of course, word to word, mouth to mouth publicity, good patients get you more patients.
So I feel like in my business, I know you and I did good work with you, and you would refer me someone else,
True.
right? And I think that can also be one of
That is the best way to practice.
yeah.
One good patient gets you 10 good patients.
10 good page. So, doctor, my other question is that where do you think is this anti-aging industry heading now?
So the anti-aging industry has got no end. With life expectancy going up, and new treatments like exosomes, DNA, and those automatically observable masks, so much new is coming to the market now. But the key is the right combination. You should combine the right treatments for the right face. That's the main trick to the success.
So, you think that one day there will be a day that no one ever ages? You don't have any lines or wrinkles?
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. That will be the ultimate achievement for an aesthetic doctor.
So, doctor, what's your plan from here now? How do you see to grow in Dubai?
Siddharth, now that I am here, I am here to stay.
Right.
And my motto is to give the best result to the patients in such a way that they will remember me for the right work, and they will always come back to me for their enhancement. So that's the way it is.
So, thank you, doctor. Thanks for joining me.
It was a pleasure, sir.
Anyone who's looking for the right doctor, who is an expert, who has actually trained other doctors when it comes to pedio threads, then Dr. Matre is the person to look for. Thank you.
Thank you.